Are you tired of running out of Gibdo Bones right when you need that extra 40 fuse power the most? You know, when the boss has 1 pixel of health left and suddenly you're out of spicy arrows and just staring at it like, well, this is awkward. Yeah, tragic. Most players think that they're limited, but I've mapped out the entire Tears of the Kingdom Gerudo Desert to find every last one so that you don't have to. I have fallen into more holes than I care to admit so that you don't have to. And whether you're looking for a quick 5 or a massive stack, I have you covered. Plus, a pro farming tip for those of you willing to leave the Lightning Temple unfinished. Hang around for 5 seconds and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So first, why choose Gibdo Bones? Well, because they add 40 damage. And that's not a cute little bonus. That's a I woke up and chose violence bonus. Now, fusing them to a melee weapon isn't very helpful because Gibdo Bones are extremely fragile and break on impact. Even when mounted on a Lionel, they still shatter immediately. Normally, weapons don't take durability on a Lionel's back, but with Gibdo Bones they do. So they basically show up, make one dramatic entrance, and then crumble like they forgot to stretch. Not ideal. So that's why these are best when used on a bow. And if you really want to do some serious damage, fuse these puppies to a 3 or a 5-shot Lionel bow or the Great Eagle bow, and your damage is going to be ridiculous. This works especially well against big bosses like Gleeox, Lionels, and maybe someone crazy like Ganon, or his annoying phantom friends who will just not mind their business. So now that we know the why, let's get into the where. I have scoured the desert and the depths looking for every possible Gibdo location, and I have ranked these spots from least valuable to most. The way I see it is if you're farming these, you might as well hit every location, force a blood moon, and start again. We are running a very efficient, mildly unhinged operation here, guys. Alright, so let's get started. The spot with the least amount of Gibdos is the Central Gerudo Cave, which is just southeast of Gerudo Town. It's basically a random sinkhole in the desert that looks completely innocent until you're suddenly inside it. The fastest way to get there is via the Soryo Tanag Shrine, right inside Gerudo Town. From the shrine, head to the edge facing southeast, mostly south. And you can actually see the sinkhole from right here, which is nice because wandering around the desert squinting at sand dunes is not the vibe. And then you can just jump down and glide right from here. You don't even have to touch the sand with your poor little Link feet. And now once you get there, just jump right in. Make sure that you've got your weapons and your elemental materials ready. Once you're down here, you're gonna head through a small tunnel. Then you'll drop into a small area with a few Gibdo nests. Unfortunately, they don't continuously respawn here. They're mostly just for atmosphere, which feels a little misleading, but okay. You'll get 4 Gibdos down here along with 2 electric choo-choos. Once you get all your Gibdos, I recommend grabbing the choo-choos too because that's more Gibdo ammo, and we are nothing if not resourceful. Alright, one and done. Next is the Lightning Temple. After it's been completed. Instead of warping directly to the temple, I recommend warping back to the Soryo Tanag Shrine and then gliding / hoofing it over so that you can enter through the front door. We are farming, not speedrunning emotional damage. And I'm gonna be honest with you though, you're only gonna get 4 Gibdo Bones here and it's a long walk to collect them all. So this one is more of a because I'm here anyway stop. Okay, so once you're in here, the first Gibdo is hidden behind movable bricks in the back room. So just move those out of the way and go get him. And then the rest are gonna require you to walk through parts of the temple again. Similarly to like when you did the temple the first time, but at least you do pick up a lot of arrows along the way. That's a silver lining. Gibdos are basically just wandering pincushions, so at least you got that. But the final one is all the way in the back, and by the time you reach him, you might be questioning your life choices, which is totally fair. So you could even just grab the 3 from the front and just call it a day for time's sake, but that's your call. Okay, so the next one is the Desert Rift between Gerudo Town and the Karakara Bazaar. I personally like to rent a sand seal from Gerudo Town and ride it over, because if I'm gonna farm bones, I'm at least gonna look cool while I'm doing it. But you can also just build a zonai sled or a flying machine if you're feeling inventive. But once you arrive, I like to start at one end and work my way down. And this spot is really great because you're gonna find a bunch of shock fruit trees and electric choo-choos along the way, which means even more Gibdo ammo. And as you clear the rift, you should consistently get 5 Gibdo bones from this spot. It's predictable, clean, and it doesn't require emotional recovery time. This is also another good spot. Okay, so now let's head to the ancient altar ruins in the East Barrens, also known as the Sinkhole Convention Center. The fastest way there is going to be the Siwakama Shrine. From the shrine, just glide forward, but keep an eye to your left because there's a Molduga over there that absolutely does not want you farming in peace. If you linger over here too long, it will get you. You're also going to have to hoof it a little bit, so make sure that you watch out for electric Lizalfos and electric choo-choos. And definitely get that electric choo-choo because, you know, like I said before, Gibdo ammo. But once you're up here, drop into the closest sinkhole. They all mostly lead to the same place. There's only one that doesn't, but that's another video for another day. And once you drop into a sinkhole, you'll find yourself in a large open space where the Gibdos are more spread out. And there are also plenty of electric choo-choos down here for ammo, but you're also gonna have to watch out for electric keys down here too. But those electric key size can be especially helpful for the moth Gibdos, because they home in and usually take them out in one hit. Even with a modest bow, this works great. I'm actually just using a 26 night bow. I was able to take out the moth Gibdos with one shot using the 26 power bow and the electric key size. Made it a lot easier. But in here, I usually get about 5 to 6 bones here. And the reason why it varies, at least in here, is because the moth Gibdos don't always drop bones, which feels a little stingy, but the regular Gibdos are reliable, and we appreciate consistency. Alright, next up is the Gerudo Sanctuary at the North Gerudo Ruins. Now to maximize this one, you will need to complete the mysterious 8th side quest. And I will leave a link to that side quest down below. And if you're not sure how to get to the North Gerudo Ruins, just head out from the main entrance of Gerudo Town. You really can't miss it. And in here, mine looks a little different because I'm actually coming from the Desert Rift, so you're seeing the backside. But the entrance is just a tiny little hole in the ground at the south end of the North Gerudo Ruins. Just drop in. It builds trust and character. Alright, once you've situated yourself in the water, do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around and find some dry land. And once your boots are no longer squishing, go ahead and make your way down this long tunnel. But watch out for the electric choo-choo because getting zapped down here is just embarrassing. And then keep going. Soon enough, you'll start to find the Gibdos. You'll find 3 of them, and that's going to be it for this side. Everything up here is just a dead end, so don't waste your time searching every corner like there's a secret treasure chest hiding, because there isn't. Okay, so now you can ascend from anywhere you want because we actually just need to make our way to the very north end of the North Gerudo Ruins. It's the end where you put the giant orb in the orb hole when you did the mysterious 8th side quest. So make your way down there, and then go ahead and jump back down there again, and start making your way through the tunnel. Then make your way all the way to the back and you're going to see some plates on top of a hole in the ground. Remove the plates from the hole and jump down. More trust building. Then start making your way through the next tunnel. You'll find 1 Gibdo in this tunnel, and then just keep going until you find a doorway. That doorway is going to lead to a giant gaping hole. When you jump through, pull out your paraglider right away because we do not want to go all the way down. We want to glide over to that doorway halfway down with the 2 lit lanterns. That's our target. Now follow that path until you come into a room with 3 slabs blocking the wall. You've got 3 options here. I would recommend choosing all 3. The first slab on the right is blocking some arrows. I would absolutely grab those. The middle slab is blocking a Gibdo, and you definitely want that one. It's the whole reason why we're here. And then the last slab is broken in half, and you'll want to move it / both of them. I just glued them together and got it the heck out of the way faster, because this doorway actually leads to the next area. So go out there and follow that tunnel for a bit, and you'll find another electric choo-choo. Go ahead and grab that Gibdo ammo, and then just a way up a little bit, you'll find the last Gibdo. And I was able to get around 5 to 6 bones from here each time. Okay, next on our to-do list is the ancient prison ruins in the Palu Wasteland, south of the Karakara Bazaar. The fastest way to get there is via the Chichum Shrine, and I'll leave a link for that as well. Without it, you'll be searching for a random sinkhole in the desert like you're on some kind of treasure hunt. And I'll just show you, it's right here. in case you don't have the shrine. But I recommend watching the shrine video if you don't have it, at least to figure out how to get here, because it shows you exactly how to get here. But if you are coming from the shrine, you'll find yourself locked in a part of the cave away from the action. No worries though. Just head all the way forward toward the gate and ascend up. Once you reach the top, you'll be standing on some broken slabs. Use your Ultra Hand to move them out of the way, and it will reveal the lever that you might remember from when you did the shrine. Go ahead and pull that lever, and that will open the gates back up. And when you come in here, you'll see that these gates are still locked. Let's pull that lever and release the Gibdos. And you'll have one in this cell right here. Go ahead and grab that. And then let's head down to the end, and you'll have one in the left cell. Go ahead and take that one out real quick, but don't worry about collecting the bone just yet, because there's going to be another Gibdo right behind you. You'll want to take him out quickly before he tries to take you out. It's a very surprise moment. Oh yeah, and that gate is also going to close on you too. Don't freak out like last time. Just grab your loot and make your way back towards that lever, and then we're going to head into that open area to the right. It has no gates, so you'll know you're on the right spot. Go ahead and jump down, and when you get to the wall, go ahead and crouch under. Now, we're going to make our way to the back. Loop yourself around, and you'll find one more Gibdo back here, along with some Gibdo ammo. Now, once that's taken care of, make your way up to the back corner and climb up and out. Then head forward, because there's another switch in the back. But mind the floor, because it will fall and it will take you with it. Now flip that switch and it'll unlock the gate that closed on us earlier. Now from this statue, turn right, and you're going to find another Gibdo right in your face. Then make your way down. You'll find another one wandering around. Then, a little bit further down this hall, there's going to be another one in a cell. I was able to get 7 Gibdo Bones from here each time I came in. This spot is really good to farm. It just takes a little bit of time and effort. Okay, doke. For the next spot, we are heading to the far north reaches of the Gerudo Highlands at the Statue of the 8th Cave. And the fastest way to get there is via the Atutsum Shrine. And I'll link that one too. And if you don't have that shrine, just launch from the Gerudo Highland Skyview Tower. Either way you get here, it is freezing up here. So do yourself a big fat favor and put on some warm clothes. And then start hoofing it forward before Link turns into a popsicle. And now there is a quest to get in here. It's a Misko's treasure quest. And I'll link it below. But you do not have to explicitly activate it in order to get in here. You just have to solve a little puzzle to enter. But like I said, I will link that video below, and it'll show you exactly how to get that puzzle solved and get in here if you haven't already done it. Assuming that you have it solved, when you reach the cliff, look down and you should see the statue. Go ahead and glide down and in there and make your way inside. Head down the tunnel and you will be greeted by a very nice Gibdo. Very welcoming committee. After you take him out, keep going. And you'll find yourself in a big open area that is absolutely filled with Gibdos and moth Gibdos. Go ahead and take them all out. I was able to get predictably 8 bones out of here each time I came back. This one is quick and easy to do, so it is one of the best places to farm. I recommend using this as one of your go-to places. This is the quickest one to get in and out of and get a decent amount of bones. Okay, so the last place that we are going post-game is the Gerudo Underground Cemetery. To get there quickly, you can fast travel to the Kasari Light route, and if you don't have it, I am sorry, but you unfortunately will have to make your way there. And if you don't have a closer light route, you can dive into the East Gerudo Chasm, and it is directly diagonal from there. Once you get there, it's just a matter of searching around for them, and they are not hidden very well. They are just kind of all right here in this general area. But be warned, there are more moth Gibdos here than the other places, plus you have to watch out for gloom. Not to mention that if they hit you, they're going to gray out your hearts too. So it's especially dangerous down here. But there is a silver lining to this added danger. They also drop Zonite down here. So you get bones, guts, wings, arrows, Zonite. It's like a spooky little loot bundle. But it's high risk, high reward. And it's one of the better places to farm the Gibdo Bones. This is definitely another one that I definitely recommend coming back to regularly to farm. But other recommendations. If you are prone to getting hit, I recommend bringing some sunny foods to revive your hearts. But Naturally, you should always have sunny foods on you just in case. But also, don't be afraid to use the different elemental materials and the different elemental key size. They can really save you in a lot of trouble. You are not limited to just one. All of them work. Ice, water, electric, fire. Use them all. You can even fuse these things to your weapons and just make a one-hit thing depending on how strong your weapon is. It doesn't have to be the way that I'm doing it. I just prefer to throw my material instead of fusing it to my weapon because I don't want to break my weapon faster. Because a lot of the times I have to hit them twice. It just really depends on what you want to do. But I was able to get around 12 or more bones down here each time. And once you complete all of these places, or, you know, if you pick and choose which ones you want to go to, if you want to just go to the high value places, then you can just head to the Tanagar East Canyon Cave and force a blood moon, and bam! They'll all just come back and you can go get more. And if you need a link to the video on how to force a blood moon, check down below because I got a link for that one too. Every video that I've mentioned in here, I have linked it below. Everything that you could possibly need, it is down below. I promise you can look down there. It's all going to be there. Okay, so now that we have the post-game farming done, let's talk about the bonus part of this video. Big time farming. I'm talking about maxing out your Gibdo Bones. But of course, this does take time, effort, and sacrifice. Yes, I'm talking about farming before completing the Lightning Temple. Or maybe not completing the Lightning Temple at all for that matter. I personally don't use Reju in gameplay, so I'm fine with this. I am perfectly fine with 327 Gibdo Bones an hour versus 51 Gibdo Bones. Okay, so here's what you need to do and what I recommend. First, I recommend being a little bit into the game so that you have some hearts and some decent weapons. Maybe even the Master Sword, and possibly a few energy wells. Second, I recommend having at least Tulin and Sidon. Tulin is great at headshots, and Silent has water. Gibdos do not care for water. It also helps to have a couple friends fighting for you, because your job, you are not the fighter. You are the manager. Clipboard energy only, okay? So for the setup, you'll need to get the Redo of Gerudo Town main quest started up to the point where you are in front of the temple. And after you get the first taste of the Gibdo Queen. After she scurries back into the pyramid, you're left with 2 nests and the Gibdos constantly falling out like a zit that won't quit. Okay, I'm sorry, I know that was gross. Okay, so for the permanent setup, if you don't want to glide down from the Soryo Tanag Shrine every time that you want to come back and reload on Gibdo Bones, you can place a travel medallion here and come and go as you please. Reju will always tell you that she'll wait for you when you leave and that she's been waiting for you when you come back and it's time to let's go. But before we let's go, I want to set up a Zonai device to make this even easier. All you need is a stake, a big wheel, and 2 flame emitters. That's it. So what we need to do is place the big wheel on the stake like this, and then put the flame emitters on opposite sides of the wheel. That's it. And then carry it over to the middle between the 2 nests. And then position it so that the big wheel sits just above Link's head. We want it to be taller than him so it doesn't get burned. And then when the Gibdos are close enough, turn it on. They all get a little fire treatment. And when Reju, Tulin, and Sidon hit them, it actually does some good. And you can see on this profile, I am not very far into the game. I don't have very many hearts, and I don't have a lot of energy wells. So I only turn on the Zonai device when the Gibdos are close enough to actually hit them, so that I'm not wasting all my energy. Another thing I do is I whistle to get Reju and the avatars over by me so that the Gibdos come over here instead of staying and fighting where they are, because a lot of times the fire doesn't reach if they're staying over by the nest. Because it doesn't really do much good if they aren't vulnerable from the elemental attacks. So we need to catch them on fire. And if none of my strategies are working, I'll even go around and gather the Gibdos myself and lure them toward the Zonai device and then turn it on. They'll just follow me around like little chicks. But don't forget that if you do get overwhelmed, you can always use Reju's lightning or Sidon's water to take care of these jerks too. Also, keep an eye on the ground, because once 21 items drop, the rest start despawning. Losing that loot is tragic, and it defeats the purpose. We're here to defeat Gibdos, not our own progress. So go around when your device is off and collect your bones. This also helps round up the Gibdos too. And this is such a great way to farm. It's so much faster and you're mostly safe. As long as you hit the Zonai device at the right time, you're good. And if it gets too overcrowded, just back away, create some distance, and shoot the Zonai device with an arrow. And then just get back under it when it's safe again. Easy peasy, just rinse and repeat forever. And when you get tired of doing it, you can just leave and come back for more when you're ready. And when you feel like you've had enough, or you've beaten the rest of the game, then you can just go ahead and complete the temple. But with unlimited Gibdo Bones, there's no enemy that can touch you. Especially if you have a strong multi-shot bow like the 5-shot Savage Lionel bow. Even the 3-shot Great Eagle bow is still really what I would recommend because it has precision shooting, quick shooting, and it's easier to obtain. But that's just like my opinion, man. So there you have it. The definitive guide to the best Gibdo farming spots in Hyrule, ranked from quick stop to absolute gold mine. Armed with these, your next boss fight won't be just easy, it'll be a total blowout. And if you're stuck or need help with any part of this video or any other video, reach out right here in the comments on Instagram, Facebook, or on Discord. I am always happy to help. Huge thanks to my Patreon supporters. Your support means the world. And if you'd like to join in and get some extra goodies, check out my Ko-fi or Patreon pages. And if this walkthrough helped you out, give that like button a little tap, hit subscribe for more gaming goodness, and spread the word to your fellow adventurers. Got any questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. I am all ears. Until next time, this is KKJinxx, over and out.